Hi, I'm Emily. I'm 21 years old. I live in Portland, Texas, and I want to be on Team Taralynn. So I first started seeing Taralynn's blog from Pinterest. I like to look up like the health and fitness stuff, and I came across the picture where she was wearing the green dress, and it was from her a couple years back, and then it was her currently. And I was like, oh my god, I need to see this. And so I looked it up, I found all these recipes and saw her story, and I read her about me, and I saw that she had talked about being a binge eater, and I can completely relate to that. I started having body image problems when I was in elementary school. I remember fourth grade. I wasn't necessarily, I've always been shorter than everyone else. Right now I'm 5 feet, but like in elementary school I was like a solid 4 feet tall, so I was pretty short. And I was just so much stockier than everyone else. I wasn't necessarily like a big chunk of a kid, but it was just like I just always felt really uncomfortable because all my friends were just so little and thin, and here I was always having been this bigger girl for my entire life. Well, I moved to Texas when I was right before middle school, and that's really when my trouble started. I had a really good group of friends, but once you become like a teenage girl, everything becomes about how you look. And all of my friends were real big into like eating, not necessarily eating healthy, but not eating, I guess is the proper thing. And so it was 8th grade, I started trying to become anorexic and bulimic, and I'd stick with it for a while, and I wouldn't be eating more than 600 calories a day, and I was like, I need to be thin forever, and I'm not going to be thin unless I starve myself. And towards the end of middle school, I got really sick, and I was sick in bed for 2 months, and I didn't eat anything. I think I had like 5 crackers a day, and I ended up getting down to 100 pounds at 5 feet. And so I was really, really thin. I was, Miss Zero, skinny jeans, looking good, and I was like, man, I feel so great about myself. Then I moved again right before high school, and moving and not having my circle of friends, I was so uncomfortable, and that's when I started turning to food. Really, I hadn't been a binge eater before. I mean, I had other eating disorders, but I hadn't been a binge eater. And I started, really, really relying on food to comfort me. I would just, if I ordered a pizza, I'd eat the entire pizza, and no problem. And I don't really even understand why, but it was just like, I would just eat and eat and eat, and then I'd feel terrible about it. And then be like, okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to start my healthy eating, and I'm going to feel good, and I'm going to, do this and that. And it never happened. The weight just started packing on, and I felt terrible about myself and developed a body image problem to where I would cry myself to sleep at night. I felt terrible, and I was not a happy person at all. I just felt terrible about myself. So once I graduated high school and I got into college, I never gained the freshman 15. In fact, I lost the freshman 20 because they had a gym on campus, and I loved it. And I spent a solid 2.5 hours there every single day. And I got down to be pretty thin. I was feeling great. I joined a sorority. I was in the Miss Texas pageant, and I was just loving life. Right now, though, I am currently living in Orlando. I'm part of the Disney College program, but I leave in a month. And this is the first time I've ever really lived on my own. I go to school and live with my parents, so this is the first time I'm having to like buy my own groceries, and that's been an issue. Came into the program thinking like, okay, I'm going to save up all this money, I'm going to come home, I'm going to be rich, and it did not work out that way at all. But I have just been buying the cheap foods. I've been shopping at Walmart instead of my normal like health food store back home, and it's just been like, you know, buy the 16 pack of Pop-Tarts and the Great Value miniature pizzas, and I was digging that, but, you know, that's just not how you do it. And now I'm in a sticky situation. I hadn't really gained weight since I've been here, but I don't feel good about myself at all. I have hypothyroidism, which slows down your metabolism. Plus, I was just diagnosed with endometriosis, and endometriosis can not necessarily be cured, but it's worsened by weight gain. And I would really, really love to be on Team Taralynn, so that way I can finally get back in the groove and realize that this is eating healthy and being fit is a lifestyle change. It's not something where, you know, I'm spending 2.5 hours at the gym and I'm working out like an Olympian, because, you know, you can't do that for the rest of your life. It's mainly just like you take it day by day, and that's just something I need to learn to do. And I feel like Team Taralynn would definitely be a way in order to help me get and achieve my dreams, because I've always been under the impression, you know, okay, well, I'm going to not eat any carbs and I'm going to work out every minute that I'm awake for a month. And then I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be, and then I can be happy, and then I can live my life. But I've realized that's just not how it is. I now realize that it's just one of those things that you just take it every day at a time, and you realize that, you know, just because you mess up one day, that doesn't completely ruin your goal. I don't want to be in this body a year from now. I want to be fit, I want to be thin, and even though I realize I might not exactly look like how I want to look like, I want to be healthy is my goal. And I feel that Taralynn and her trainer and her nutritionist can definitely help me achieve those goals, and it would just be fantastic in order to be put on the team. So, choose me. That'd be pretty awesome. So, yeah. Thanks again for considering.